Good morning. My name is Savannah Cool. I'm the director for the Great Start Collaborative and Family Coalition of Charlevoix, Emmett, in Northern Antrim County. And today we would like to introduce you to Help Me Grow CharEm. Help Me Grow is a model that focuses on advancing developmental promotion, early detection, and linkage to services to support the healthy development of all young children. It is an early childhood model. When you go to our Help Me Grow page, which you can get to from the QR code on the previous page or from our greatstartcollaborative.org website, you'll find a link for Help Me Grow. And when you click there, this is what you'll see. So there are three building blocks. One is completing a developmental screening. The second is resources for families. And then the next is a family resource coordinator. You'll also find that on this page, there is a button here, connect with a family resource coordinator. There is a link for childcare and tuition preschool search, and then a focus on encouraging families to complete a free preschool application. So we'll walk you through what each of those look like and what that process is. So first up, we'll take a look at completing a developmental screening. The developmental screening monitor or tool measure, that we use is the Ages and Stages questionnaire. So the Ages and Stages developmental screening measure has ASQ3, which is the third edition, and that is for children from 1 month up to 5.5 years or 66 months. That measure takes a look at 5 areas of development, including communication, gross motor, fine motor, problem solving, and personal social skills. Then there's the ASQ SE2, which is the social emotional, and that's in its second edition. And that screening tool is for children ages 1 month up to 6 years. And that explores 7 areas of social emotional development, including self-regulation, compliance, social communication, adaptive functioning, autonomy, affect, and interaction with people. The benefits of parents and caregivers completing the Ages and Stages questionnaire is that they get to be the expert of their child. So they're answering questions specific to the age of their child and really letting us know what their child is capable of or areas they might have to grow. So we want to lift up the opportunity for parent knowledge and expertise. We want to lift up the Ages and Stages measure as a way to gain more insight about our own children or the children that are in our care, and to promote earlier intervention and more accurate assessments. So when a family completes an Ages and Stages questionnaire through Help Me Grow CharEm, we wanted to share the process with you. So what happens is they will complete that on the computer and the results will go to our early childhood team at CharEm ISD, and they will review the results and communicate with the family. If the child scores on track for that measure, then the family will receive a letter and a list of recommendations for age-appropriate activities that they can do with their child. If they score within the monitoring range, then they'll receive that same letter and that same list of activities, but they'll also have a recommendation to rescreen in the next 3 months. And then finally, if a referral is needed, so they score in a range of referral, our staff member will contact the family, offer referral to early on or build up, and then follow up with a letter for easy reference to support them in that process. The great thing about being internal to the ISD is that we have the early on and build up members directly on our team, and so we can usually get the family connected with that team quite quickly and start assessing. Next up is resources for families. So our resources for families that we store and provide through Help Me Grow CharEm are focused on the resources and supports offered by the Great Start Collaborative. So our Great Start Collaborative focuses on youth and families in our community from 0 to age 8. And here you can see the resource page that it will take them to. We have a family resource guide available. We have a family planning and pregnancy guide, and we also have a Meet the Doulas publication. Here is the QR code to our family resource guide. Our family resource guide is in an electronic form. It is in an e-flip book, so it's quite easy to find and navigate what you might need inside that. This is updated on a quarterly basis, and we take suggestions about resources that might need to be added or revised based on changes with community service providers and contact information. There's about 126 pages in that guide in total, and we see this as our first stop shop to support families in finding what they need. The next piece of that puzzle, if navigating that guide on your own is difficult or you're not finding what you need, we do offer family resource coordination. So our Great Start Collaborative team here hosts a phone, the 231-308-0289 phone number. We are in operation Monday through Friday, most often from about 8 a.m. until about 4 p.m. And we will answer the phone as much as we're able. If we miss a call, we try to return that call within 24 hours. But our family resource coordinators are able to support families in identifying what their needs are and what those resources are to resolve them within the community. We also offer an opportunity for those who might not be comfortable picking up the phone right away to click on the button on our page that says Connect with a Family Resource Coordinator, and that will take them to this very short Google form where they can just enter the adult's name and contact information, tell us a tiny bit about what they might need, and we will reach out to them by phone. The unique part about our care coordination program is that with permission from the family, we can gather their information and assess their needs and provide additional support along the way. So for example, if we have a family that reaches out to us and they have financial needs supports, housing and transportation, we might start with them by looking at what services are they receiving from the Department of Health and Human Services. And for example, in one situation, one family was receiving food assistance, but they were going to be losing that because they had forgotten to transfer their case to the new county in which they reside. In that case, we work with the family to say, all right, what are those steps that are going to be needed? Can you call the DHHS and notify them of your new address to have your case transferred by Tuesday? Yes, you can. Fantastic. So then on Wednesday, we would have a reminder for ourselves. We would reach out to them and ask them if that was successful. If they were successful, we'd set up the next step of that process and helping them identify how they can get to where they need to be in terms of their care and the resource needs. If they were not successful in that, we would explore what the barriers were and assist them in overcoming those. We continue to support those families until either their needs are resolved or we've exhausted all services available within the community, or until they decide that they no longer want to participate in that level of support. When a family does complete this Help Me Grow short form, we just give them a call on our next business day to touch base and see what we can assist with. Next up on our Help Me Grow resource page, you will find a button that says Find Childcare and Tuition Preschool, and that will lead families directly to the Great Start to Quality Find Programs search function. So in the state of Michigan, the Great Start to Quality has this fantastic search engine that families can use. So you would click the Find Program button, and the next screen would be what you see on the right. You can enter a county or an address that you're looking for, and this will bring up all licensed childcare programs within that area. That will then give the family a list that they can start reaching out to those programs to see whether or not they have openings, and specifically for the age of their child or children. The next piece you'll find on our Help Me Grow CharEm page is the button to begin a free preschool application. And so what this does is it'll take all of our community members to the free application process for Early Head Start, Great Start Readiness Program, and our Strong Beginnings program, which is a new 3-year-old state-funded pilot program, which we have 2 classrooms in Charlotte and Emmett counties. They complete this really short form, and that goes over to our joint eligibility recruitment and enrollment team, including staff with NMCAA and staff with the ISD. They would then reach out to those families and assess their needs and see if they can assist in a placement for their child in one of those programs if they are eligible. And that is the overall summary of the Help Me Grow CharEm program. If you have any questions, I invite you to reach out to me directly at cools@charmisd.org or at 231-373-2888. 2914. Thank you so much for taking time to connect with us today. We hope to hear from you soon.